Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Simplay Motorsport. My name is Dan Davis, and we are back for another round of the F1 Championship. A little bit of wet conditions going on out on track right now, but we are in America, the Circuit of Americas, for the 13th round of the season. 16 rounds left, 16 rounds of the championship, and we are coming down to the last few rounds. It is between three men technically. Your championship leader, Mate Himovic, currently leading the championship, but Green Pies is not too far behind him in the championship as well. Also, mathematically still in for a chance is this man, Gary 131. Can he bring that championship gap down to the leaders? It's going to take one heck of an attempt. He has to win pretty much every race, get every pole position and fastest lap as well to win the title, but he can help his teammate out. Just a warning to everybody who is listening to the stream: if I start coughing like an idiot, I apologize, because I have been suffering with a little bit of a cough, so I will try my best to work myself around that. But nonetheless, we are live here at COTA, the Circuit of the Americas, the circuit that was built primarily for F1 cars to bring you an amazing action. This circuit has been given loads of different points of the circuit, so that this track could be one of America's best circuits. Been coming here for a couple of seasons now, and it's definitely a Lewis Hamilton favourite, as we got a yellow flag in the middle sector. Who is that? That looks like Green Pies going through the middle sector. Just taking it easy as he gets out on track, but we do have a bit of wet weather lingering around. Let's have a run through of the grid here this evening then. Currently still in the pits is Fury. Second on the grid is Sutty, his teammate. Both McLaren boys here this evening, with Craigie in the Williams in third, with currently Goten Duffin also on the session. He's fourth at this precise stage. Gary 131 looking to try and bring that gap down to the championship leaders. That Buzzy boy back here once again. He's the first man to set a lap time around here, with A. Smith returning in the Alfa Atari. Matimovic in the Aston Martin coming down into the middle sector. Looks like that Buzzy boy's had a mistake, with Monkey Boy returning back once again to the championship after a couple of sessions missing out. PN Motorsport in his trusty Ferrari, with Big Boy Brazier currently still in the pits with Fury, and Green Pies currently on track as well. An 18-minute qualifying session these guys have, and it's Sutty Apex who's going to set the first lap here. But he has got Gary 131 right up behind him. Sutty sets the early pace of 135.6, while Gary matches him, but just slightly off a little bit. Guys, if you like what you see here, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell to be notified for when we are live, so you don't miss a single action here at Simplay Motorsport, as Matimovic goes up into the fastest time of the session. We've got a yellow flag in the final sector. That is Monkey Boy. He's coming into the pits. And we've got Piano Motorsport exiting the final corner now. What can he do? He goes fourth overall. Like I said, with these wet conditions at the minute, it could be the earlier laps is your best laps. Are we going to get rain here at the Circuit of Americas? Where is Green Pies? He's coming into the final sector now. Into the penultimate corner. Into the final corner. Taking a lot of curb. DRS wide open and towards line. Green Pies goes fastest of all, a 33.9. So Pete Green Pies setting the pace here. Big Boy Brazier a little bit slow, trying to allow cars through as they're on their fast laps. That is Gary 131 setting a lap time right now. He's in the final sector, and he'll be the next to come across the line. Guys, get your votes in on who you think is going to take pole position here this evening. As Gary and Sutty coming into the final section now. They've got Big Boy Brazier and Gary is into the pit. Sutty Apex is carrying on with his lap. Is he going to improve on a 35.6? He exits the final corner. DRS open. No improvement from him. Next is Matimovic, who is currently second in the championship. And he is coming into the pits also. Craig E next to come down. Nope, sadly. I'm on the wrong car. It's that Buzzy boy exiting the final corner. Takes a lot of curb towards line. He improves up into 8th place position. That's a good start for that Buzzy boy. But remember, the conditions could be getting worse right now. Piano Motorsport into the pits he comes. What can Goten Duffin do? He goes wide a little bit there. This Piano Motorsport has made a mistake. He's, I think, gone into the wall in the pit lane. So Goten Duffin is the next car to come and set a lap time. That is an AlphaTauri running very wide. Is that A. Smith? Yes, it is, and he has opted to pit. Into the pits he comes. So has Craig E. And I believe Green Pies will be in as well. He is into the pits. So a few guys in the pits now. No one really on a fast lap at this stage. And I'll be trying my very best not to be coughing right now. Like that. Excuse me. So Big Boy Brazier currently the man on a lap time. He's currently in the final sector now, towards finishing his lap. He is on the medium tyre. Weather conditions seem to have eased off a little bit, but Big Boy Brazier into the penultimate corner. He needs to nail this. He runs a little bit wide. Does this lap time class? His teammate currently 6th and will be going down if it stays like this. Big Boy Brazier towards the line. He goes second fastest of all, as Sutty Apex just has a spin loses the front wing, and into the pits he comes. Who's that next coming up? That's that Buzzy Boy. He exits the final corner. Has he improved on this lap? He does. He goes up into that 6th place position. Monkey Boy on an out lap, currently towards the line, and he will start a lap. Let's take a lap of Circuit Americas with Monkey Boy as we go up the hill, up into turn 1, where Gary 131 crashed into the back of Green Pies on Motive Racing. Gets a good drive out the corner and into turn 2. And this section of the track is meant to represent Maggots and Beckett. So fast left, right, back onto the left. Very easy to mess up this section here. Monkey Boy taking his time. Then into a left-hander. All this gets really tight uphill as well, so it's all really tricky. The car wants to snap on you at the whole time, but Monkey Boy gets it together on the medium tyre towards the hairpin now. He wants to make sure he spots his braking, and he does so. Don't want to go too deep. He's got a little bit deep there. The car does not want to turn in and get a good drive out the corner. Now we're down the back straight. PN Motorsport saying ugh, pit lanes, as he has hit the pit lane wall. Monkey Boy towards the end of sector 2, making sure he spots his braking. 100-meter board, he brakes and get a nice turn in on the left-hander. He runs a little bit wide there, and then it leads into sector 3, probably the most trickiest part. Really slow sections here. It's very easy for the rear to drop in these 2 left-handers, but Monkey Boy keeps it all together into the fast-flowing corners that represent Turkey, but the opposite way around. And Monkey Boy just gets it together into the ultimate corner. Easy to take too much curve and the car go wide. Just like that, Monkey Boy does so, and into the final corner he goes. Over the curve, that Buzzy Boy facing the wrong way. DRS open, and that Monkey Boy goes just behind his teammate. That is a lap of the Circuit of the Americas. As it is quite quiet in the chat. So Monkey Boy currently out on another lap by the looks of things, as Big Boy Brazier currently on a lap. He's 8.5 seconds down, so I think this is an in lap for him. So who currently is on an out lap? Sutty Apex is on an out lap. Gary 131 also currently on track. What can he do? Can he get closer to his teammate and help him out in this race? So open up some crisps and get ready to go. DJ Phil has joined the session, so he should be able to get in. As you see here, the sun is starting to come out, so probably the best times will be right at the end. So can Gary 131 get a little bit closer to his teammate Fury, currently out on track as well? So up towards turn 1, Gary has nightmares of this corner. Now into the very slow Maggots and Beckett. He looks like he's made a mistake or possibly backed out on this lap. He's just very slow through that sector. Sati Apex exiting the final corner. The fastest laps will probably be now, as the sun has come out. A little wet start to the session, but it is going to be drier now. Sati Apex exiting turn 1, going down to turn 2. Let's have a look at what tyres people are on. So best laps are set on the mediums for the top 3. The rest are pretty much on soft, except for Monkey Boy, who's gone medium as well. That's Fury's Grandad's in the chat. Evening all, good luck to everyone, and go Fury and Sutty, as he's supporting the McLaren boys. As Gary 131 is coming through the final few sectors now. We would have been racing out of Russia, but obviously due to everything that's going on in Ukraine and Russia, we decided to pull out of the Russian Grand Prix, and here we are at the American Grand Prix here at COTA, as Gary 131 comes into the final sector now to complete his lap, and he gets a good drive out the final corner. DRS wide open and towards the line. Does he improve? No. So he was just struggling on that lap. We got A. Smith, who goes up into second place position. The track is hotting up. The sector times are getting quicker. Monkey Boy back into the pits. Sutty Apex currently on a lap. Has he improved? That's the question. He runs a little bit wide in the penultimate corner. Into the final corner he comes. Can he get a good exit? DRS wide open towards the line. Sutty Apex. He goes second now. Look at those lap times trumble now as the cars are getting much, much faster. Currently next on a lap is Craig E. He's in the final sector now towards the final corner, and he opts to pit. So Craig E. into the pits. Next on track is Fury. Can Fury finally get a lap time on the board, or is he just going to struggle here? Into the fast flowing right-hander. Can he get a decent lap time on the board? Fury looking to try add another win after winning in the GT3s. Can he win here in America? That is the question. McLaren towards the line. Fury, what lap time is that? 8th place is all we can do right now. But he's probably just dialing in his car. A couple of guys in the pits. We're coming to the last few minutes of this session. So what can the rest of these guys do? As we only got 12 cars out on track. DJ Phil should be joining us. Out comes Matt, and out comes Monkey Boy as well. Monkey Boy opting to stay on the medium tyre as well. What has Matt gone for? Looks like Matt's on the softs. He's looking to want to try and start on the pole position here. Most of the guys still in the pits. Has Fury gone for another lap time? He sounds like he's pushing for it. So what can Fury do? Middle sector. He comes to the end of that. Surprise Fury ain't any higher on those soft tyres as well. He should really improve. He really attacks that curb. Goes through the middle sector. He's purple through middle sector. Yellow flag in sector 3, but that's gone. That was Sutty probably entering the pits. They all seem to be messing up that section there. Fury CBK coming through the final few corners now. He is purple middle sector. Can he go purple final sector? Soft tyres on his car. Bit of a wobbly exit, but he chooses to pit. And he misses the pit box. Nicely done there, Fury. And into the pits he goes. Monkey Boy next on track, who is currently on an outlap. Most of the cars that are out on track now are on an outlap. And guys, like I said, if you like what you see here, then hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to be notified for when we are live. And make sure you tune in on Tuesday night as the British Touring cars will return back on track, as they will be hitting Silverstone Classic, aka Thruxton as we are calling it, for the 3rd round of that championship. Can Cobb extend his championship lead, or can myself, Fury, or WSRCJ chase him down with 100 litres on board for Silverstone? Is that going to have a massive effect on us? But Monkey Boy going through sector 1 now. He goes a little bit wide and misses the chicane. Lovely shot there. Matt currently on his softs. He's purple first sector. Bit of clear track, so this is nice for him, other than Monkey Boy in his way, but he will get a lovely tow off the back of that AlphaTauri. He doesn't want to get too close that the dirty air starts to affect him. But Matt currently behind Monkey Boy into the DRS zone. Monkey Boy will probably end up getting out of the way, but Matt on a flyer here. What's he like sector 2? Into the braking zone Matt goes. How close does he get to the back of that AlphaTauri? He runs a little bit wide. Matt goes through sector 2. He's purple for sector 1 and purple sector 2. He's 1.6 up on his best. So at the minute this will put him in pole position, but that AlphaTauri really starting to hinder him. But Monkey Boy moves well out the way, and that's given Matt a free track. The rest of the guys are not going to come out. That is their qualifying session done, as Green Pies has managed to come back out. So Big Boy Brazier will not improve on his lap time. Matt on the exit of the final corner, towards the line he comes, and what time it is? It's a 32.7 from Matahimovic, who takes pole position here at Kota, as Monkey Boy does not improve. So we've got Fury and Green Pie still to set a lap time here, as Matt and Monkey Boy are probably done for this session. No, Monkey Boy's going for another lap. He bailed out on that last one, so Monkey Boy will be the first to set a final lap here. He goes through sector 1. He bounces all over that curb. Still on the medium tyre. He's adamant that the medium tyre is the better tyre for him. Excuse me. Into the hairpin he goes. AlphaTauri 59. Monkey Boy exits the final corner, enters the second sector. Is he up on his own time? That is the question. DRS wide open. As the time clocks down to 0. So everyone who's currently on track, this is their last lap. And Monkey Boy goes purple middle sector. Monkey Boy on a flyer here. Is that his personal best or overall personal best? Either way, Monkey Boy is on a good lap. Last lap for most of these guys. And he goes through the final sector now. Monkey Boy on the medium tyre, runs a little bit wide into the final corner. Monkey Boy currently 9th. What is he going to do? Exits the final corner. DRS wide open. Monkey Boy goes 7th with that lap time. So Go10 Duffin is done for this session. The next man to come towards the line is Green Pies. And what tyre is he on? He is on the soft tyre. Is he purple middle sector? And he is purple middle sector. He's currently 1.3 up on his best, but he runs a bit wide there on exit. Now into the slower section of sector 3. He needs to nail this section. Matt setting the pole position time at this minute. Green Pies in the Alfa Romeo. Can he nail this final sector? Fury not too far behind him either. So Green Pies pushing the limits here. Sector 3. That is Craig. He's just spun and lost out here. Green Pie's taking a lot of curb and he takes pole position there. Where does Fury go? Fury goes 3rd. And that is it for qualifying. The top 2 well on their own with a 32s. But Green Pies' pole position there. Runs very wide on exit. And that's a little bit questionable how much crack limit he took there. Craig E crosses line. He won't improve. But it is Green Pies once again who is on pole position here at the Circuit of the Americas. But he's got his championship rival right behind him. Green Pies take pole position from Matimovic. 3rd is Fury. 4th is Sutty Apex. 5th is Gary 131. 6th is A Smith. 7th is Big Boy Brazier. On the medium tyre though, Monkey Boy in 8th. That Buzzy Boy 9th. 10th is Piano Motorsport. 11th is Craigie. And 12th is Go10 Guffin. And guys, if you like what you see here, then hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And also hit the bell to be notified for when we are live. This is round 13 of the F1 Championship here at COTA, and there's only 3 rounds left after this one. We'll be heading to Mexico next week, Brazil for the penultimate round of the season, and we do the typical thing here on the F1 and finish at Abu Dhabi. Sadly, no Matt next week as he is away commentating in Switzerland. So he won't be able to participate here at Mexico, but nonetheless he needs to score as many points as he possibly can and keep Green Pies behind. Green Pies receiving a 5-point deduction last week at Monza after using the reset button, which here at Simplay Motorsport we ask drivers to get back on track themselves unaided, and it looks like we have got clear skies here at the Circuit of the Americas. Piano Motorsport, the only man to not finish that session. How many safety cars are we going to have this session tonight? Hopefully we can get through the night without any incidences, and we can have a good fight for the top 2. As we are just waiting for the drivers to get ready for the start of this race. As we start the formation lap here at COTA, and remember it is Green Pies who is on pole position here. We will do a running of the grid. So Green Pies is on pole position with Matimovic starting in 2nd. 3rd is Fury CBK. 4th is Sutty Apex. And 5th is Gary 131. 6th is A Smith. 7th is Big Boy Brazier. 8th is Monkey Boy. And 9th is that Buzzy Boy. 10th is PN Motorsport, 11th is Craig E, 12th is Goten Duffin, and bringing up the rear is DJ Phil, who was unable to qualify. He's in the Mercedes, but he is basically in the Red Bull. Excuse me. As Fury's been disqualified from the session, but sorry, not the session, the formation lap. But he will be able to race. Matt Imovich going a little bit slower there, but Gary's the one who's going very slow. There is the strategy. They reckon a 3-stop here. Tyre wear relatively high here, but they reckon the soft is the better tyre. I'm not sure what Gary is doing there. He's down the inside of his good friend A. Smith. Well, what can Matt do here tonight? They're all just messing around here on the formation lap, which is not normally wanted, but they do it anyway. As Fury says in the chat, damn you, Matt's AI. That is the strategy for the soft tyre runners. Are we going to get the medium tyre runners? So we're looking at Big Boy Brazier and Monkey Boy. Both of these guys running the medium tyre. What can these guys do in this situation? Medium tyre, they can go a lot longer in the first stint. But we are about to get underway here for the 13th round of the F1 Championship. It's coming to an end here at Simplay Motorsport. It's been a great season. It's been Green Pies versus Matt Imovich this season. Who is going to come out on top? The revs rise here. It's Green Pies on pole position. Matt on the inside. 5 lights. And we're green here at COTA, and Matt gets a decent start. Gary doesn't even move. That's much difference from the last time we were here. But Matt Imovich down into turn 1, and he gets the job done. He pushes Green Pies wide, and Green Pie stays out in front. But the 2 McLarens right behind him are Fury and Sutty Apex as they go down into the S's now. Green Pies leads the way as they all try and get through the S's as cleanly as they possibly can. And it's PN Motorsport who's dropped to the back of the pack. But Green Pies gets the start he wanted. Matt was unable to get down the inside of him at turn 1. And they now lead down into the back end of the section. 56 laps here at COTA. And it's Green Pies who leads the way. Sutty is under massive pressure from his teammate. As we've got a yellow flag in Sector 2. Who is that? That looks like PN Motorsport just going a little bit slow. But the top 2 are away and gone. Matt not actually too far behind Green Pies here. As Fury now makes a place on his teammate. The 2 McLarens going at it. And it's Fury who's taking advantage here. Gary with a horrendous start is down in 9th place position and has got a lot of work to do here. That Buzzy Boy made a few places up into 7th place position, with Craig E also making good progress for 6th place. The top 2 really close to one another now. Matt pushing a little bit too hard on exit there. And we got a yellow flag. Who's that? That's Fury round. Fury's made a mistake and he's facing the wrong way. He gets the car spun round and off he goes again. And Goten Duffin with front wing damage. PN Motorsport, don't know if he's got front end damage. No, he hasn't. But it's the top 2 on their way and gone. Green Pies setting the fastest lap of the race, but he would do because he is leading this race. Smithy in the chat saying, come on, a little Smith. Evening all, hope everyone's well. And Gary 131 on the move on Monkey Boy as they go up to turn 1. As PN is into the pits, so he must have front wing damage. Goten Duffin has retired, so he's made a mistake somewhere. Fury's in the pits as well. Yellow flag in Sector 3. But Matt wanting to stick to the back of that Alpha for as long as he possibly can. A. Smith trying to stick to the back of Sutty Apex as moves are happening left, right and centre. Monkey Boy now ahead of Craig E, who's gone down a little bit in that Williams. We've still got a yellow flag in the final sector. One more lap and DRS is enabled. That's when Matt is hoping to get the DRS open as soon as he possibly can, so he can attack Green Pies unless he gets that second gap. There is the medium runners. They reckon it's going to be a 2-stop. Go as long as they possibly can. That Buzzy Boy and Gary 131 are going at it right now. Gary on the inside. That Buzzy Boy on the outside. Who's going to come out on top? And it's Gary down the inside. That Buzzy Boy tries to stick with it, but he can't do so, and he loses out there to Gary. Gary now extends the gap between him and try and cash onto the back of A. Smith, the little Smithster. Top two now, separated by a couple of tenths. Matt just a little bit slower through the final sector and is already struggling, understeering horrifically there. So we've got a yellow flag in the final sector. That is Buzzy Boy. He's made a mistake and he's dropped down the order. But he is back on his way. Matahimovic, 5-second penalty for corner cutting. And Matt's into the pits. Has he got front wing damage? It looks like he has. So into the pits comes Matt. He has got front wing damage, and he's got a 5-second penalty to serve as well. So this is horrific for Matt. He's dropping down the order. So now it's Sutty Apex up into second place position. DJ Phil on his way. His Big Boy Brazier has made a mistake as well, so he's losing places left, right and centre here. And Big Boy Brazier looking to make any moves on DJ Phil. He's looking to the inside here. DJ Phil nearly drops it and hits the back of Big Boy Brazier. But he gets it under control and off goes Big Boy Brazier. Matt has finally come out of the pits. He's quite a way ahead of Fury and PN. PN Motorsport losing out to Fury here as they go down the inside. There's a yellow flag in the middle sector. But it's cleared now. Fury now up another place. Sutty Apex in second place position with A. Smith not too far behind him. He's now being hunted by Gary 131. We're on lap 3 here. DRS is now open and can be used this lap. Can Gary use it to his advantage? That is the question. Matt and it says A. Smith, solid driver, clean driver, woo, you go Adam. And he's currently in that 13th place position and looking to try and hunt down Sutty Apex. But he's got Gary 131 hunting him down at the same time. The two-time pro champ hunting down the AlphaTauri driver. That's Big Boy Brazier now looking to make a move on the Craig Eag down the start finish straight. He's got the DRS wide open and that is now going to give him that 6th place position. Big Boy Brazier just struggling on the medium tyre at the minute. Monkey Boy, the leading medium tyre runner at this stage. And all these medium guys just seem to be struggling for pace at the minute. Both Big Boy Brazier and Monkey Boy just nowhere near the leading pack at this stage. As Gary starting to get more and more closer to A. Smith. That Buzzy Boy onto the back of DJ Phil. DJ Phil once again going wide. And that Buzzy Boy up another place. Matimovic on a recovery drive here. He'll be focusing on getting good lap times under his belt so he can minimize the amount of time the leaders come up to him. But Gary is just within reach of A. Smith. A couple more tenths and he'll be in the DRS zone and possibly looking to go up the inside, up at turn 1. But he just needs to stay within that window. Gary much better through the 3rd sector here. As A. Smith runs a little bit wide. Both of these guys on old softs. As Gary's running very wide out of the 3rd sector. That's going to lose him some time to the back of A. Smith. And Gary runs wide again. He's not within the window, but I think the detection point was in the previous corner. So he should be able to get DRS. And he does. Gary 131. The DRS zone is open. He is hunting down A. Smith. But he's not quite close enough just yet. They get up to turn 1. And Gary runs very wide on exit of turn 1. A. Smith doing everything he possibly can to keep the two-time pro champ behind him. As Matimovic blistering lap times on his own. He is now caught onto the back of DJ Phil. With Matt on fresher tyres, he should be able to clutch the back of the pack up relatively quickly. And if any safety cars or pit stops need to be done, Matt will be in the prime position to make that gain. As he goes down the inside of DJ Phil and gets that job done. Big Boy Brazier also coming onto the back of Monkey Boy. This is the fight between the medium tyre runners. But Gary 131 not quite in the DRS zone. He lost a little bit of time in the first sector. So A. Smith has pulled away. Big Boy Brazier with the DRS wide open is looking to try and make the move on the other AlphaTauri of Monkey Boy. But Monkey Boy just staying in front for the meantime. Question is, who's running more downforce? Who's running less drag? That is the question. Who is going for what setup? It's the Ferrari of Big Boy Brazier still looking to find a way past that AlphaTauri. Gary 131 a little bit closer to the back of A. Smith. The dirty air now starting to affect the front end of these cars. They'll start to feel a little bit more understeer and just horrible to turn in. Both these drivers running very wide. Gary 131 with the DRS wide open. A. Smith with no DRS to defend, and Gary's going to look down the inside of turn 1. And he's not quite close enough. A. Smith gives him the space. Gary's right there. Gary gets better drive as they go down into the second corner, into Magazabekis. Matt is flying at the minute, setting purple sectors constantly. But Gary still can't find a way past. Monkey Boy and Big Boy Brazier are also going at it. That Buzzy Boy now made a move. But Gary, has he got the job done? No, he's still behind A. Smith. And both of these two cutting the corner there and losing out in time-wise. But Big Boy Brazier, Monkey Boy, both really struggling on the medium tyre. Gary now within a second as they come down the back straight. A. Smith running very, very wide there. And he'll get the DRS zone here. And Gary will go through. Unless A. Smith decides to deploy all of his battery and defend as hard as he possibly can. But no, A. Smith choosing the better option and not fighting Gary and let him through. Monkey Boy under pressure from Big Boy Brazier. We missed Matimovic overtaking Craig E. And Matimovic is already coming onto the back of that Buzzy Boy. There is Matimovic catching onto the back of that Buzzy Boy. Really, Matt could do with a safety car helping him right out here as he gets a little bit closer to the front of the pack. Big Boy Brazier trying anything and everything to find a way past Monkey Boy. Looks like he's got a better run here. As A. Smith also still sticking to the back of Gary, but is none able to do anything about it. A. Smith really close to Gary now. He gets the DRS as well, so that will aid him up the start-finish straight. Monkey Boy still under pressure from Big Boy Brazier. Who that Buzzy Boy is under pressure from Matt Emovic. Big Boy closer than he's ever been for Monkey Boy. Up towards turn 1 they go. Down the inside goes Big Boy Brazier, and Monkey Boy is done, but he goes a bit deep. Monkey Boy comes back on the inside. He gets the undercut. Is he going to stick it around the outside and stay in front? He does so. And through he goes. That Buzzy Boy has lost out to Matahimovic. So Monkey Boy hangs in there on Big Boy Brazier, and Big Boy with more DRS is unable to complete the job. Monkey Boy going a little bit squirrely through that section there. Big Boy is going to be invited to go down into the hairpin. He'll have the DRS, but he's waiting for the DRS. As we got a yellow flag in sector 1, that is Fury who's gone off. So Big Boy Brazier with the DRS zone now. Here comes Big Boy, he's looking to the inside. Monkey Boy has nothing to fight here. But Big Boy can't get the job done. While these two are too busy squabbling with one another, this is inviting Matahimovic to catch back up to this pack. Big Boy really onto the back of Monkey Boy here. He's going to get sick and tired of seeing the back end of that Honda. But here goes Big Boy Brazier around the outside. Can he get the job done? Both on medium tyres. They're both probably struggling for grip right now. Big Boy, he's sticking with it. He's put his foot pin and he's get the job done. But that invites Monkey Boy for the DRS once again up into turn 1. A great little scrap from these two. For Matt, this is ideal because these two are squabbling. He can now catch onto the back of him. Monkey Boy with DRS. He's coming up to turn 1. He goes to the outside. Big Boy goes to the inside. Is Monkey Boy farther enough ahead? So we can't see on the camera. He does get the job done. A great little fight between these two. Excuse me for my cough again. But Big Boy Brazier really starting to get frustrated with the back of that AlphaTauri, which has invited the Aston Martin of Matahimovic onto the back of these two, who's on much fresher soft tyres here. Matt got a great run through there and is looking to make the move on Big Boy Brazier. He's got a yellow flag in sector 2. Who is that? That is DJ Phil. He has gone off majorly there and has lost out big time. Big Boy Brazier is not quite close enough to a Monkey Boy. So now Big Boy Brazier is going to be under pressure from Matt. Matt going down the inside. Can he get the job done before the slow left-hander? He does so. Is he going to go for Monkey Boy as well? No. He backs out of that one, but he gets Big Boy Brazier. As Hunter Daniel in the chat saying, let's go Fury. Fury really struggling at this point. I could really do with a safety car helping him out here. Big Boy compromises himself on exit there. Matt is going to look down the inside. Monkey Boy is going to struggle with grip here. And Matt still can't find a way through. So Matt needs to have a good exit here. Monkey Boy gone all squirrely. Big Boy Brazier is going to be interested as well, but it's going to be Matahimovic with the toe and the DRS. He's going to go down the inside of turn 1, and with those softer tyres, that should help him out. And he goes into turn 1. Matahimovic back in front. And now up into 5th place position. Can he keep the position? Monkey Boy looking to try and come back at him, but is unable to do so. Matt with the better grip and tyres is on his way. DJ Phil is into the pits, possibly with front wing damage. Let's have a look at the overall gap to the leaders. 25 seconds. Matt is behind DJ Phil. Sorry, not DJ Phil, behind Green Pies, and Green Pies is leading this race. Green Pies 10.1 seconds ahead of Sutty Apex. Sutty Apex ahead of Gary 131, and not really gone much further than that. Not too far behind him is A Smith, currently just cruising on the back of Gary, not able to attack him at this stage, but just has to sit behind him for a little bit longer. Matimovic currently in 5th as Big Boy Brazier goes down the inside of Monkey Boy, but Monkey Boy has the inside for the next section. He goes wide. Big Boy gets the job done on the inside again. He switches, but Monkey Boy's going to defend the inside again as Monkey Boy goes wide. That is Big Boy Brazier. Is he finally through at this stage? Yes, he is through. Monkey Boy is still with him though, and he gets much better turning through there. He's in the DRS zone. These two once again having a great squabble as Monkey Boy opts to pits. Monkey Boy into the pits. This is an early pit stop for the medium runners anyway. The question is, has Monkey Boy got damage, as this is why he's into the pits? No, he's just going for a strategic choice of going onto the softs. That's interesting. Get rid of the medium tyres. He don't want them no more. And he's just going to lose out to Craig E, who's coming up the hill. Monkey Boy back out on track. Oh, as Craig E hits Monkey Boy, and Monkey Boy's into the wall. That strategy has gone right out the window. What damage has he got on the front of that car? None by the looks of things. So Monkey Boy looks like he's got away with that one, but could not have done with that contact with Craig E. So that's really ruined his attempt to try and jump ahead of Big Boy Brazier. Matt currently on track at the minute. Is he lapping quicker than the leaders? Ever so slightly, but not by much. We'll go back to that one because I like that one. The intervals are a lot bit easier to control and understand there. But this man, Green Pie, still leads this race by quite a healthy gap. As Furious Mum was saying, evening or go, come on Fury. Fury still struggling at the minute, down in 10th place position after an early mistake, but Green Pie is leading this race at this stage. Sutty Apex still in that decent position of 2nd place. No real problems at the minute other than Matt obviously going into the pits, and that's how Sutty has ended himself up in 2nd place position. Fury now coming onto the back of Monkey Boy. 11 laps in and all these guys are still going, so that's good to see. Craigie is into the pits. Did Craigie suffer damage with Monkey Boy? Fury still trying to catch onto the back of Monkey Boy. Craigie is into the pits. No damage. He's just putting the medium tyres on, holding him a while, and off he goes. PN makes the position. Is DJ Phil going to make a position? I don't think so. Craigie back on track. So guys, if you like what you see here, then please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and also if you want to see all the action without missing a single race here at Simplay Motorsport, then hit the bell to be notified for when we are live so you don't miss a single race here at Simplay Motorsport. For the F1s, they are live every Sunday for 7 PM, and they have 3 rounds after this: Mexico, Brazil, and finally Abu Dhabi. Is down to the 2 championship leaders between Matimovic and Green Pies, but Gary's still mathematically in it. He can score some good points as Matt goes past those 2 as they're into the pit. Gary 131 onto the medium tyre he goes. A. Smith onto the medium tyre also, so they get those stints out the way. As Matt has been slowly bringing that gap down to the leaders. He's got a long way to go yet though. As we go back to Monkey Boy and Fury. Monkey Boy running a little bit wide there. Fury right onto the back of that AlphaTauri. DRS open for Fury. He's a little bit wobbly on exit. That's going to give Monkey Boy a little bit of advantage going up to the hill. Monkey Boy really been the defender here tonight, having to defend from everyone, as Gary has passed that Buzzy Boy. So Gary up another place. Monkey Boy still ahead of Fury at this stage. At this stage, Fury does seem to have a little bit more pace as they come through the slower section here. As he gets down the inside of Monkey Boy, and he gets the job done. Monkey Boy caught napping there, made a mistake, but he'll get the advantage of the DRS down the back straight here. Has Fury gone wide? He has gone a little bit wide. Monkey Boy will get the DRS. Monkey Boy down towards the slow left-hander. He's got the DRS. He's now alongside Fury and back ahead of Fury. Fury trying to get back into the slipstream and trying to find a way past the AlphaTauri, but can't do so. So Fury going a little bit wide out the hairpin has invited Monkey Boy back in front. As that Buzzy Boy is into the pits. And that gives A. Smith the position back, but these two having a cracking fight right now. Fury tries to take the advantage on the inside. There's no gap there. He will have the DRS though, down the start finish straight. Monkey Boy running very, very wide. And that's giving Fury the position. And also he will have the DRS. Monkey Boy won't. And Monkey Boy just got to try and stick in the toe. Has he got anything? No, because Fury just pulls away. And Fury trying to break the toe also. Goes into turn 1, but Fury misjudges his braking. And Monkey Boy goes straight back through again. Little bit of a rookie error there from Fury, missing his braking by a mile, and that gives that Monkey Boy a position back. DJ Phil with the DRS goes up into turn 1 and moves ahead of Craigie. Both of these guys still ongoing, which is nice to see. They are still smashing it out. Fury once again right on the back of Monkey Boy. He's looking down the inside of Monkey Boy. And he gets the job done, but once again, will Monkey Boy have the DRS down the back straight? They're side by side. Monkey Boy with a better exit. Who gets the DRS? It's Fury. Side by side, these two having a cracking fight while all this is going on. Sati Apex is into the pits, and Matt now moves back up to second position. Fury gets ahead of Monkey Boy, and Monkey Boy drops down a position, but Fury once again goes a little bit deep. Monkey Boy not there to capitalise. Sati Apex in the pits and gone again ahead of Big Boy Brazier. This is going to be interesting up into turn 1. But Sati does stay ahead of Big Boy Brazier, and he's long gone. Gary running a little bit wide. He's actually starting to catch Big Boy a little bit here. As now Fury has dropped Monkey Boy a little bit here. But Monkey Boy Trying to keep on the back of Fury. He has got younger tyres, so Fury will be struggling for grip. Not quite got the DRS yet. So the AlphaTauri just going to have to sit a little bit longer behind the back of that McLaren. To come through the fast swooping corners here that are based off Maggots and the Beckett's. I love that camera shot. Just seeing the cars change direction is absolutely beautiful here. That's Monkey Boy still trying to find a way past Fury CBK at the minute, but can't seem to do so. He seems to be struggling on the exit of the final part of Sector 1. Monkey Boy not quite close enough. He hasn't got the DRS. Fury's managed to stay in front, but Monkey Boy seems to have better straight line speed and is in the slipstream just ever so slightly. But he's not going to be close enough to catch Fury. Very late on the brake zone. He gets quite close to Fury. And again, Monkey Boy seems to be in all the great scraps here as Fury goes very wide. Monkey Boy's going to be interested about that because now Fury's going to be having dirty tyres. He's going to be struggling for grip. And again, he's very wide. Monkey Boy not sure about turning in there. Fury just staying ahead for the meantime, but they are coming up to the DRS zone. Monkey Boy is within a second. DRS wide open it goes. Towards turn 1 they go again, but once again Fury has made the gap and he can stay ahead of the AlphaTauri. And now down to the section where Monkey Boy seems to be struggling the most. Sorry, we've only seen these guys at the minute, but this is your only fight on track. And a great little fight between these two it is. And Fury just trying everything he possibly can to keep that AlphaTauri behind him. And again, Monkey Boy just struggling on the exit of that section. He's within a second of Fury this time, so possibly can get him down the back straight again. Fury not the best exit. Monkey Boy is way too far behind now. He's not able to get close enough to take advantage of the DRS. Into the slow left-hander they go, and Fury stays in front. Back to the top, it is Green Pies who still leads this race at the minute, but Matt has been bringing that gap down. It was 26 seconds when he left the pits. It's now 19 seconds, so that gap for Matt is coming down. But Green Pie is currently leading this race. He's got a little bit of traffic of Craig E, but he clears him very quickly. And Matt is on the mission, 18.5. He is flying at the minute, trying to bring that gap down to Green Pies, but Green Pies possibly trying to extend his gap. Sutty Apex currently in third and extending his. He's on the medium tyre. He's had a very good stint on these tyres and he's just going as long as he possibly can with these. Currently Big Boy Brazier in fourth, and Gary's trying everything he possibly can to catch onto the back of him. Not too far away is A. Smith, who's also trying to stick to Gary after he overtook him. Big Boy currently out sync at the minute. He's the only one who hasn't pitted out of the top 2 to 6. Green Pie is still yet to pit also. And that Buzzy Boy currently in 7th place, minding his own business. While Fury has now managed to drop Monkey Boy ever so slightly. Monkey Boy still within reach, but just needs to tidy up the mistakes and he should be able to get back in front of Fury. PM Motorsport 10th place at the minute and still hasn't crashed into a wall, which is good to see. Just hopes he doesn't crash into the pit wall like he did in qualifying. DJ Phil in 11th, and Craigie rounding off the grid at the minute. And we've lost Gotin Duffin, the only non-finisher so far, as we're on lap 17 here of 56. With DJ Phil now about to get lapped by Green Pies. Gary 131 a lot closer to Big Boy Brazier now. What can Big Boy do? Can he hang on, or is he just losing grip, losing time, as Gary's right behind him now? Is he going to look into the hairpin? He looks down the inside. These two battled it out for Season 2 for the GT3 Pro Championship. You see a car's gone wide. That looks like a Williams of Craigie. He's dropped it, so he's got going. Gary, though, back in front of Big Boy Brazier. Again, who's still yet to pit, going as long as he possibly can. We got a virtual safety car as Craigie is struggling to get going again. Yeah, he's lost the front wing. He's dropped it again. A virtual safety car has been deployed. As Big Boy Brazier has lost his front wing as well. So Jamie's going to have to come into the pits a lot earlier than he probably would have wanted. But it gives him a free pit stop nonetheless. So the problem is here for Green Pies. He's currently on the back of DJ Phil. And this won't be allowed to pit. And he won't be allowed to go past that car either. He has to stay behind the back of DJ Phil. As Big Boy Brazier is into the pits. I did speak too soon. We did not have a safety car or anything until now. We do have a virtual safety car. But as of right now, Green Pies is stuck behind DJ Phil. Martinovic can't continue his onslaught that he was doing earlier on. The gap has dropped down now to 20.3. And he has to stick to the delta that has been given to him. As Big Boy Brazier gets a drive through for speeding under the virtual safety car. We are green once again. And Green Pies trying to clear DJ Phil as quickly as he possibly can. But DJ Phil chops his nose off. Big Boy Brazier has dropped it somewhere. Dropped it big time. Is this going to be a full-blown safety car? And there is Big Boy. He's out of this race. Is that a full-blown safety car? That is the question. But Green Pies, he's being held up by DJ Phil massively here. Blue flags have been shown for him. And he's not getting out of the way. Green Pies can't seem to find a way through. As DJ Phil still refusing to allow Green Pies through. And Green Pies really struggling. 5-second penalty for DJ Phil here. Green Pies really getting held up by DJ Phil right now. If DJ Phil gets any closer to him, he's going to get front wing damage. And DJ Phil really needs to get out the way. Matt will be absolutely loving this right now. As Green Pies finally gets the job done on DJ Phil. I'm not sure what DJ Phil was thinking there. He's basically held up the leader. And really hampered his race by doing so. And Matt now was 20 seconds after the virtual. And after Green Pie's been stuck behind him for that long. So stupid, this game. What a joke. Gary, why are you breaking in the middle of the straight? Says Big Boy Brazier. He's obviously not happy with that. And is out of this race. Green Pies finally clearing DJ Phil. Matimovic is now focusing on trying to catch the back of Green Pies. And Green Pies still yet to pit. He's currently going through the final corner, so he's opting to stay a little bit longer. Question is now, if Matt can get a little bit more closer to Green Pies, that pit stop he done earlier a lot really cancels out, so he will be necessarily, yes, he will be a pit stop down, but he would be a lot closer to Green Pies at this stage when he pits. So if I'm right in saying a pit stop is roughly around 20 seconds, Green Pies would come out behind Matt as DJ Phil goes wide in the background. Everyone at the minute bar Craigie will score a point here. Matt still trying to bring that gap down. Slutty Apex well off the pace at this stage on his medium tyre, but it's got a decent gap over Gary 131 at this stage. A. Smith currently in 5th place position, and again not too far off the back of Gary. With that Buzzy Boy also within reach of them, he's currently in 6th place position. The Monkey Boy, who's had every single race with every single driver so far this evening. It gives me a penalty as I come out of the pits. Gary hit me twice well in the race. So Big Boy Brazier obviously not very happy with Gary, and obviously given a penalty after he leaves the pits as well just adds to the torture. As Matt is now really starting to find some good pace here. Green Pie's tyres must be suffering now. Realistically, all that Matt needs to do is keep following Green Pie's home and score some decent points when he goes away. The current championship standings look like this. It's 205 points to Matimovic's way. But Green Pie is in 189. He's 16 behind Matt. So will Matt be able to hang in there? Also, Aston Martin tonight can win the Constructors title. So Gary 131 needs to be there to score some good points for the team. As Matt has now brought the gap down to 13.7. So Green Pies is now starting to struggle with his set of tyres. So can Matt bring that gap down to the leader? The only problem that Matt has, he will then need to clear DJ Phil, who gave Green Pie such a headache before. 104 points available still in the championship. And so far, Green Pies will score in this position right now 25 points. Matt would score, I believe, 19, so it'll be a 6 gap way. So we go to Mexico 10 points ahead of Green Pies, but obviously Matt won't be able to race Mexico. So Green Pies has to always work while he possibly can, and Matt in the final sector still absolutely flying here in the US of A. And he was trying all sorts of different setups before he joined the session tonight. And he seemed to have found one that seems to really help him here. Matt really bringing that gap down now. He needs to try and get on the same lap sequence as Green Pies, really, and bring that gap down. Slutty Apex really not in a fight here, but he's scoring decent points for McLaren as his Fury CBK. And currently third, Slutty, considering when he joined the party earlier, he was like, I didn't realise it was F1 tonight. Well, Slutty, you're on track, you're racing F1. And he's in third place at the minute. Gary 131 quite a way behind, near enough 12 seconds behind. But that Buzzy Boy has been catching A. Smith for 5th and 6th place. A. Smith now under pressure from the Alpine of that Buzzy Boy. And he's really riding the curbs here. That Buzzy Boy looking to try and get past the AlphaTauri. It's always been an AlphaTauri defending here at Koza. And around the outside goes that Buzzy Boy. He gets the job done. But A. Smith looks down the inside once again. But he'll probably have the DRS going down the back straight. That Buzzy Boy, not the best of exits, but he's on the softer tyre, so he will have better grip. A. Smith with the DRS zone. Can he get closer to that Buzzy Boy? Green Pies is now into the pits. Down the inside, can A. Smith get the job done? No, and that's that Buzzy Boy up into 5th place position. Matt exiting the final corner as Green Pies now onto the medium tyre he goes. Holding him quite a bit there. Oh, a little bit of lag actually for Green Pies. So that's not going to go well, as he does seem to suffer. But now Matt on the soft tyre. His goal here, he's 8 seconds ahead of Green Pies. Matt needs to extend the gap as much as he possibly can while he's got clear air on the soft tyre. Green Pies on the medium tyre. Fresher tyres, but the slower tyre. Who's going to come out on top of this one? Green Pies really needs to get those tyres lit up and go as long as he possibly can. A Smith still sticking to the back of that Buzzy Boy, but they're coming through the fast section now, where the soft tyre will be benefiting them. And we're coming slowly up to the midpoint of this race here. And so far, Matahimovic with an early pit stop has lost out. He'll have to think about pitting soon, as he will start to lose pace on these tyres. There is Green Pies in the background. And into the pits is PN Motorsport as well. He's only managed 19 laps on the medium, so he's 20. So he's obviously seemed to have struggled with those mediums. Matt staying out for the meantime. And DJ Phil gets right out of his way, and that's a lot easier for Matt than Green Pies had to deal with DJ Phil. Green Pies also coming up to turn 1. He'll have to try and clear DJ Phil once again, and it was a nightmare for him the first time. Is he going to struggle again? Green Pies currently trying to bring the gap down to his championship rival, Matahimovic, but Matt obviously still yet to go onto the medium tyre. Here's Matt trying to push himself to go right till the very end now with those medium tyres, as we start to get a little bit of cloud cover here at America, here in Texas. Here at Austin, Texas, we seem to have a little bit of cloud cover. So is there possible rain forecast? That's the question. There's no real fights going on track right now. It's nice to have not to have a full-blown safety car at this minute. But once again, Matt could really do with a safety car to help him out a little bit. A free pit stop for him. He would have fresher tyres than the guys around him. But right now, there's no safety car being awarded. As DJ Phil once again, Green Pies is right on to the back of Phil. And Green Pies having to be patient, wait for Phil to get out of the way, but Phil is not doing so. And once again, Green Pies gets right on to the back of DJ Phil, and DJ Phil moves to one side. Green Pies is alongside, and that should be job done. But DJ Phil is coming onto the back of Green Pies and hits him, losing the front wing. So DJ Phil once again making Green Pies' life a living nightmare. DJ Phil with front wing damage. Is he going to cause a little bit of trouble here? As PN Motorsport has to try and clear him. He's a little bit cautious of the Mercedes. Oh, and DJ Phil hits the Ferrari. DJ Phil really struggling here. And PN Motorsport trying to mind his own business. And the Mercedes of DJ Phil has hit him. And DJ Phil now drops behind PN Motorsport. And PN Motorsport moves up a place. Craig E will want to try and get onto the back of them as soon as they possibly can, but the way DJ Phil's going, he might end up in the pits again. So I think Matt's plan here now is to try and go onto the medium tyre and not do another pit stop. So if he can go as long as he possibly can on these softs, then he might be able to cancel out a pit stop. He's trying to probably two-stop is what I'm trying to figure out. So if he two-stops this race, might bring him back. Green Pies would have to come into the pits possibly one more time, but he'll put the soft tyres on and he will be a lot faster than Matt. Matt running very wide there on the exit. Green Pies staying within the limits. As Fury gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. He's on the back of Monkey Boy once again. Can he find a way past the AlphaTauri this time? He's on the medium tyre, while Monkey Boy's on the soft, so it's the other way around again. Monkey Boy currently 7th and has got pressure from Fury in the McLaren. That Buzzy Boy is also caught onto the back of Gary 131. Fury exits the DRS zone, wiggling all over the place, and that Buzzy Boy is out. What has happened to that Buzzy Boy? That is a full-blown safety car. And that is going to invite Matt for a pit stop. That is exactly what Matt needed at this stage of the race. He's got a decent gap to Sutty Apex right now. Wow. That has really helped Matahimovic out. So that Buzzy Boy causing a safety car, and Matt has possibly been given a free pit stop. This is really going to help him out. Sutty Apex also will catch onto the back of Green Pies. Gary 131 also. A Smith will be in 5th. Fury's into the pits, as is Monkey Boy. So Fury did manage to get in front of Monkey Boy before the safety car was deployed. So Fury's in. Ace Monkey Boy will be in as well. Monkey Boy with front wing damage, that is why he's in. Fury's opting to go back onto the soft tyre. Where is Piano Motorsport? He's in the slowest section here. And Matt is now into the final sector here. And he goes into the pits. Free pit stop for Matt is exactly what he wanted. The question is, what tyre is he going to go on to? Sutty Apex currently in the final part of sector 3. He has to stick to a time. Matt is onto the medium tyre. He now matches everybody else. This is going to be tight between him and Sutty. Sutty's into the final corner. But I believe Matt should be alright. Yes, he will. Now Matt is in 2nd place. He's now back on the same strategy as the rest. As Green Pies has left the session, he's having internet issues once again. So it's the AI in control of his car. But as we're under safety car, he's probably a little bit happy that it is under safety car. As Matt currently now has got Sutty Apex behind him, but Sutty with the much older mediums. If I was Sutty, I'd possibly start thinking about going on a fresh set of mediums and go to the end while you got a free pit stop. But at this stage, everyone else will be crawling on to the back of him. So Sutty really here stuck with the medium tyres. But everyone else around him, other than Matt and Green Pie, has also got old medium tyres. Fury, the next fresh tyre runner with the soft tyres, no laps down on that. Matt's got one little issue now that's going to stop him from attacking Green Pies, and that is Piano Motorsport is in between them. If we manage to get things underway relatively quickly, we can if we get things underway quickly, Matt will be able to attack that AI pretty quickly, and I think PN might actually get caught out as well by the slow AI. But Green Pies has to hurry up and get back into the session, and he's probably screaming at his internet now. Excuse me. Just once again, this cough is really irritating me. So we are on lap 27 here, just past the halfway point. As Green Pies leads this way, but he has left the session, probably due to internet issues. And now Matt is in the attack seat, ready to get onto the back of that Alpha. Depends how quickly the rest of the pack catches up. We're still waiting on a Monkey Boy, Fury and Craig to catch onto the back of the Snake. Hopefully they'll be onto the back of it this lap. Fury really pushing at McLaren right now. Can Massey clear PN, please? Sadly, I have no control of what's going on out on track, so I cannot move PN out of your way. It's down to the actual game itself. And Green Pies, I don't think has come back to the session yet, so it's still the AI in control. Yeah, it looks like AI to me. Green Pies is not in the car. You can see the cross there. Green Pies is not in that car. So if the group catches onto the back of these guys, we could be into an interesting restart, as Green Pie still not back in the session. Matt will be in the pound seat, Sati and all, as Green Pie says he needs an invite. I can't give him an invite as he's joined the session now. So luckily for Green Pies, we've not got underway. Is the AI back in control, or is it now Green Pies back on control? So it looks like we're going to do one more lap under the safety car. Yep, Green Pie is now back in control of his car. And looks like we're going to do one more lap under the safety car. Craig's into the pits once again. Why is that? Has he got a front wing that he needs changing? So into the pits comes Craig. Change a front wing. And off he goes again. Craig back out on track. So everyone now in the top 10 will score points, which is no surprise here. So PN Motorsport probably in the worst pace he could possibly be right now, separated between the two championship leaders. What does he do at this stage? The main thing he's probably has to do is get out the way of Mate Himovic. This is going to be an interesting end to this season. Guys, if you do like what you see here, then please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And hit the bell to be notified for when we are live. And make sure you head over to our channel on a Tuesday and a Wednesday and a Thursday night. The British Touring Car Championship will return on Tuesday as we head to Silverstone Classic for our repetition of Thruxton. Third round of the championship. Cobb leads the championship ahead of Fury and myself. All of the top four will have to use 100 litres for race 1. But in race 2, if they're not in the top 4 of the race, they don't have to run 100 litres. The top 4 do. Make sure you tune in on Wednesday night as well, as Matt and myself will bring you footage of the third round of the GT3 championship as we head to Imola. And also Tuesday on Thursday night, me and Big Boy Brazier, Jamie Brazier, will bring you the coverage of the Pro Championship as well, once again at Imola. And we'll be back in a week's time as we head to Mexico for the 14th round of the championship. Green Pies is the pace setter. PN Motorsport currently separating the two. And Green Pies has gone. Matt has to wait as Sati goes into the pits, and Matt has passed PN Motorsport. PN getting right out the way as Gary makes a big mistake, as PN just getting right out of the way, and he's no issue whatsoever as Sati comes into the pits. Sati got front wing damage, yes he has, so whatever he's done, he's hit the back of the car, and that's ruined his podium chances. Green Pies though leads this race. Matt touching too much curb there and unsettles the car. He's lost a bit of time to him. Gary currently in third. This is good points for them, as the Alfa Romeo is just one car here this evening. So Aston Martin could take the team's championship here tonight at the Circuit of the Americas. But Matt trying to hunt down Green Pies. Green Pies with a wiggle. Matt needs a good drive. He looks like he does, but he's not within touching distance. He needs to stay close to Green Pies so that he can get the DRS. 2 laps until the DRS is open. Meanwhile, Fury and A. Smith are going at it. Fury looking to the inside as he go into the slow left-hander. Fury on the softer tyre, much better tyre, and is down the inside. He gets the job done. His next target, Gary 131. Monkey Boy just on the back of his teammate as well, so there's loads of fight going on up and down as A. Smith trying everything to stay ahead of his teammate Monkey Boy, but Monkey Boy hits the rear of it and has front wing damage, so Monkey Boy will now become slower in the corners and will not be able to use the advantage of the soft tyre. Matt within 7/10 of Green Pies, getting closer each time. Green Pie seems to be struggling to set these mediums alight, but Matt is flying. Gary is now leading ahead of Fury. Monkey Boy into the pits. Sutty is on a recovery drive after hitting his front wing. We got a car off. That is Craig E. He is in the wall, and that's the yellow flag. That is another safety car here. Once again, a safety car has come out. Craig E has put it in the wall, and the safety car is back out once again. This time there's no Ferrari between the top two, as Sutty also back into the pits once again as he got more front wing damage, and that will drop him to the back. I don't think so. He's just chose to change to the medium tyre. He wants to go to the end then on these while there's a safety car. And Monkey Boy says, Smithy says to the teammate, Monkey Boy, what a teammate, laughing emoji. The thing is though, he'll just be back on the back of him once again after the safety car. So a refresh once again. Gary, one with the oldest tyres here. 18 laps of medium tyres, while Fury is on 4 on his softs. A. Smith also on old lap tyres. As Green Pies chooses to pit. So Green Pies into the pits. This is a bold strategy. Or has he got front wing damage? He's in. He's going onto the soft tyre. So Green Pie is going to the softs. A. Smith in. Fury's in also. So Fury got damage to his front wing. So Green Pie's technically now, he's on 23 lap old mediums at softs. What has happened there? Whatever's going wrong for Green Pies is going wrong again. The mechanics are giving him much older softs, as he's probably got all, that's all he's got left. So that's really not worked out for Green Pies at all. Can it show us the tyre? No, it's not showing us the tyre damage. So I'm not sure what's happened there with Green Pies. He chose to pit and put the softs on, but he's got 23 lap old softs on. Currently in Aston Martin 1-2 now. These safety cars have completely screwed me over, says PN Motorsport. Currently stuck in the pack, and he can't really unlap himself either unless he's got more pace than the leaders. So PN is stuck in the middle of everything. He's got DJ Phil right behind him also. So they're fighting it out for the 8th and 9th place positions. Fury now is on the back of Green Pies, who I don't think Green Pies wanted 23 lap old softs. And if Sutty catches on the back of this pack, the safety car might decide to come in this lap. So Green Pies would then lose out even more. And Sutty is catching onto the back of this pack. Could we go green relatively early? Sutty is now onto the back of the pack. Matimovic leads this race, but the safety car will stay out for one more lap by the looks of things. So it's Matt. Is Green Pies coming in? No, he's not. He's gonna... Yes, he is. He is coming in. So Green Pies back into the pits. So now he's going to fall behind A. Smith, Monkey Boy and Sutty. What tyres does he go on now? He's got another set of softs, and this time there's 0 laps on him. So this time Green Pies has got what he wanted. But instead, he's behind Sutty, Monkey Boy, A. Smith, Fury, Gary, and Matt. It's a lot of work to do for him. So Green Pies has to clear 5 cars before he gets to his championship rival. He's really made it a lot of work to do here. He is on the back of the snake as well, so PN and DJ Phil, we know DJ Phil has been giving Green Pies an absolute headache this evening, will want to try and clear these as quickly as he can, but it's going to be a lot difficult than he probably thought. Basically, the further he gets up, the harder it is going to be unlapping these cars. But he's got this man to try and hunt down. Matt just needs to outscore him by as many points as he possibly can going away to Mexico. Safety car is in this lap. So Matt will start to control the pace here. When does Matt go? That is the question. And how quickly can Green Pies clear the track? He's shooting the back right off. He's waiting for all the cars to go before he starts attacking the leaders. Green Pies trying to anticipate the restart here. So he gets the jump. As Matt's really backing up the pack. He's waiting to the last minute. Gary's ready to go with him. They got 2 lapped cars behind until they get to Fury. Green Pies really waiting for the pack to go. So he gets the best slingshot he possibly can. And he doesn't get that because Matt has gone at the last minute. And we are green here at Kota. Gary gets a good restart as well. Fury has a couple of cars to get through. But Sati Apex and Green Pies are going at it for the final few places. This is the first car that he has to clear. DJ Phil or PN is really getting out of the way, and it's PN, and that gets Sati caught up there, and that's Green Pies gone through. DJ Phil also clearing out the way, so the 2 lapped cars move out the way. Sati now stuck on the back of DJ Phil. So now A. Smith and Monkey Boy are the next 2 cars for Green Pies to try and find a way past. There is Green Pies. He runs a little bit wide. Monkey Boy is the next car. Monkey Boy looking to defend the inside, but Green Pies is there. And Green Pies gets the job done. He's down the inside. Monkey Boy runs wide and he can't hold on to that position. So Green Pies has cleared 1 car. His next car is A. Smith, but Monkey Boy is coming back. He's in the slipstream. Is he going to send it down into the left-hander? He looks down the inside. He's going to get the job done. And Green Pies goes on the outside. And he stays there, and he's managed to fight off Monkey Boy, but Monkey Boy goes around the outside again. He can't get the job done this time. Green Pies losing valuable time there while the leaders start to pull away. Monkey Boy sends it down the inside of Green Pies, and he gets the job done. Monkey Boy hanging in there and fighting off the Alfa Romeo of Green Pies, and Green Pies will be fuming with that AlphaTauri now. And Green Pies is into the pits. Why is he into the pits? Have he got front wing damage? Green Pies, what is going on here? I am not sure what is going on with Green Pies, but also Fury has caught onto the back of Gary 131. He's got front wing damage. So Fury now onto the back of Gary 131. He's on the medium tyre, a much younger medium tyre. A. Smith is just with him also. As Green Pies says in the chat, Monkey Boy just dive bombed me. As Fury now trying to find a way past Gary 131. The McLaren versus the Aston Martin. Oh, Gary really struggling with those medium tyres. Matt is pulling away out in front. So can Fury cash on to the back of Gary 131 and make the move? But A. Smith on those softer tyres is looking racy just behind him also. A. Smith looking to try and find and make a move on the two in front of him and try and get himself on this podium. Monkey Boy, controversial dive bomb apparently. So Monkey Boy probably will be investigated later on this race. But Gary trying everything he possibly can to keep the McLaren and the AlphaTauri of A. Smith behind him. A. Smith all over the back of these two. Little Smithy could see a possible second place here if he can get past these two. And Fury breaks. And DRS is now enabled. A. Smith running very wide there. And loses some drive there. Monkey Boy will actually get a little bit closer to his teammate. Is he going to send it down the inside of turn one? He chooses not to, but Gary is now under pressure from Fury. Fury looking to the outside. He's got the run, and Fury's down the inside. Gary loses a place. So Fury now up in the second place position. Little Smith now all over the back of these two. Fury into the Magnussen Beckett section. He's just managing to stay in front through 3, 4, 5, and 6 as they come into 7 and 8. Fury is hanging in there and has got the position done on Gary, but Gary, his will to never give up, is going to keep pushing, but he's made a mistake. That's the AlphaTauri through, both of them through, as Gary gets mugged by both AlphaTauris there of A. Smith and Monkey Boy. Monkey Boy down the inside, and Gary's going to use the better traction on the outside, and he stays in front. A. Smith running very wide as well. Very interesting racing here, as Gary's got no straight line speed compared to the AlphaTauris as they pull away, and Sutty Apex just on the back of these guys as well on the medium tyre. Currently Green Pie is well off the pace at the minute, right at the back, hoping to get some soft tyre running here so that he can bring himself back into this race. Fury now leads this pack on the medium tyre, but A. Smith and Monkey Boy, both AlphaTauris, looking very racy on these soft tyres. Meanwhile, Matt has just pulled away out in front. He's 5 seconds pretty much ahead of Fury. Fury will be able to go the distance. Meanwhile, the AlphaTauris will struggle to the end as Fury goes very wide. That's given A. Smith a brilliant run, but he's also compromised himself as Monkey Boy's got the DRS. Is he going to send it up into turn one on his teammate? Down the inside goes Monkey Boy, and A. Smith just manages to stay in front. These two too busy battling with one another. They're letting Fury get away. Gary now ahead of Sutty while all this is going on. Green Pies is setting purple sectors. He's now fastest man out on track. Fastest lap goes to Green Pies. Meanwhile, this squabble are too busy racing each other. PN and also DJ Phil are battling it out for the final few points. They're just off the back of these guys. Excuse me. But Matt Tahimovic leads this race. Second is Fury, but he's got massive pressure from the AlphaTauri boys who are just within the DRS range. Most of those guys really not sticking to track limits. A. Smith with the DRS wide open. Can he cash onto the back of the McLaren of Fury CBK before the left-hander? No, he can't. Oh, as A. Smith really gets onto the back of Fury there, gives him a little bump, but is unable to find a way through. As Smithy in the chat says, Little Smith, watch out for your teammate. As Fury makes a mistake, he runs wide. A. Smith, can he go around the outside of Fury? He's going to try it. Has he got the grip? He should do with the softer tyres. Fury's going to try and defend the inside. And A. Smith down the inside in the penultimate corner. He runs wide, but he gets the position done. But now Monkey Boy's just behind him. As also A. Smith runs very wide again. Gary finally into the pits. As Fury now looking to try and make a move on A. Smith into turn one. He's got to be a lot braver on the brakes, and he does so, but does he outbrake himself? Both AlphaTauri switches underneath him, and both of them go Fury, but Gary, no, Fury's in the wall, and Fury has damage. Is that going to be a safety car? That is a safety car. That's going to help That's going to help Green Pies, and Gary's stuck behind the safety car. Now the question is, will Matt decide to pit and put the soft tyres on? That is the question, as Gary's trying to clear the safety car, and he finally does so around the outside. Beautifully done there, Gary. It was only the safety car, but you've done it. So with that, the AlphaTauri boys are up in the podium positions. I believe this is the highest both of these boys have ran this season. And big points for AlphaTauri here. If they can get their softs to the end. Lap 38. Not long left of this race. I believe it's 18 laps still left to go. And these two have caused so much drama so far. Green Pies are going to have Gary 131 breathing down his neck. Fury is now out of this race. That's going to give Pierre Motorsport and DJ Phil another position. So what does Matt do? Does he pit or does he stay out? He's opting to pit. He's putting the soft tyre on. So free pit stop for Matt here. That's going to give the AlphaTauri boys... Oh no, A. Smith's opting to pit. Monkey Boy will now lead this race. How quick is Matt's pit stop? I believe he will get ahead of Green Pies. So Matt will be behind Green Pies. A. Smith into the pits. He's going for another fresh set of softs. Will he get ahead of Green Pies? I'm not sure he will. I know having a front wing as well. That's why A. Smith has been into the pits. As PN also into the pits. He's putting some fresh softs on. So Matt is now ahead of Green Pies. As Gary 131, excuse me for the cough, will also be behind Green Pies. And we'll be pressurizing him. Sorry, Matt was ahead of Green Pies. So Monkey Boy leads this race from Sutty Apex, from Matt Imovic, from Green Pies, Gary 131, and A. Smith in 6th. 7th is Piano Motorsport. He's currently a lap down, as also is DJ Phil. So what can Green Pies do now? Who's that? A. Smith going very slow. I'm not sure why he's gone very slow. Has he made a mistake somewhere? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on here. But what is going on here? Yellow flags. There's some mind games going on here, and I'm not exactly sure why or what is playing at. Matt, what are you doing? I'm not exactly sure what is going on here. Green Pie is also a 5-second penalty. So, either way, all these lot messing around. I'm not exactly sure what is going on here. Matt needs to hurry up and get onto the back of this pack. It's a little bit childish from the championship leaders, if I'm honest. Whatever these two are doing, it's a little bit childish from these two. But Monkey Boy is leading this race with Sutty in 2nd. Matt Imovic in 3rd. Green Pies in 4th. Gary 131 in 5th. A. Smith in 6th. 7th is PN and 8th is DJ Phil. Now the order has sorted itself out again. I don't know what I've just seen, to be honest. I'm not exactly what I just saw. The only thing that's managed to come out of that was PN has managed to separate Gary and Green Pies. Okay, so this is an interesting scenario. Let's put itself here in front of us. So I'm just trying to figure out what is going on here. So I'm just trying to look at other drivers' feed, and so far I can't get much. I can't rewind either, so that's frustrating. So anyway, we are about to get underway, back racing here, 16 laps. Jamie, what is Green Pies doing? Honestly, overtaken under the safety car. Oh, okay, so obviously PN's view is showing something more. But either way, we're about to get back underway. Monkey Boy, for the first time here at Simplay Motorsport, will control the pace of the restart, and it's him who leads this race. Sati Apex in second, Matahimovic in third, Green Pies in fourth, PN Motorsport in seventh, but he's separated by Gary and Green Pies. What can A Smith do in sixth place position? PN in seventh and DJ Phil in eighth. But Monkey Boy really starting to back the pack up a little bit. When does he want to go? Monkey Boy could win his first race here tonight at Simplay Motorsport. For the F1s, he runs very wide, and that's just offered the opportunity for Sati to get a little bit closer. But it's Matt who is on the back of Sati Apex, and is he going to look down the inside of Sati? No, he thinks better of it. Green Pies going around the outside of Matt, and Matt just closes the door, and that is Green Pies overtaken off track. And Green Pies coming off worse there. Gary's now onto the back of Green Pies, and Gary just messing up the chicane there. As my controller's about to die, which is a great start. And Gary now onto the back of Green Pies. Can he find a way past? He can't do right now. Oh, it's Gary nearly hits the back of Green Pies, and Gary's going to go down the inside of the AlphaTauri. Sorry, the Alfa Romeo, and gets the job done. A Smith goes with him as well. So Green Pies losing out 2 positions there. Come down the back straight. A Smith in 5th place position now. Sati Apex has lost the position to Matt. As we are watching this battle right now, while I'm also trying to sort out my controller before it dies. Matt is on the hunt for Monkey Boy as well, who's still leading this race at the minute. So A Smith now ahead of Green Pies. Is Green Pies carrying damage? He doesn't seem as quick. And he's coming into the pit, so Green Pies has damage. So Sati Apex has dropped a position to Matt. It's Monkey Boy who leads this race though. Lap 42, 56 to go here at Circuit de Americas, 56 to reach. And it's just a couple more laps for these guys. 12 laps of racing here. Can Matt catch Monkey Boy towards the end and get another race win under his belt? Or is Monkey Boy going to try and hang on and try and win this race? It's going to be very difficult because Matt is very good in these F1 cars. He's trying to hunt down the Monkey Boy. As Gary's now moved up the inside of Sati. Sati will get a better drive out the hairpin. But Gary will have the DRS. As DRS is not enabled just yet. A Smith also on the back of these guys. Gary with a fresh set of softs. Sati Apex going down the inside of Gary 131 on his mediums. And he gets that job done. But Gary will be coming back with those fresher softs. Smithy says in the chat, you must be watching a different race to Jamie. Jamie is currently watching, I believe, on PN side as well. Or possibly still talking to PN Motorsport. So PN Motorsport might be able to see a little bit more than what we can. But A Smith now is pressurizing Sati. Sati not got the grip through that section. But A Smith a little bit too close, gets the dirty air. And race control has enabled DRS. It's Matt who's going up to turn 1 now, right behind Monkey Boy. And the Monkey Boy defends. He wants to win this race. Matt wants as much points as he possibly can before he goes away to Switzerland. But it is Monkey Boy who leads this race. Not often we've said this season, but an AlphaTauri is leading the race. A Smith is right on the back of Sati Apex, trying to find any opportunity to find a way past, and he can't do so here. You have to wait to the DRS section unless Sati makes a mistake. Matt is now alongside Monkey Boy, but he's going down the inside, and he's going to get the DRS zone as well. Monkey Boy runs wide, and it's short-lived for Monkey Boy here. But is Monkey Boy running less downforce. He's in the toe of Matimovic. Is he going to try and send it down into the left-hander? He's close enough to send one, but he chooses not to. So Matt retakes this lead. Well, Gary still got a decent gap over Sutty and A. Smith, who are battling now, and A. Smith with better traction and a better exit gets back in front. So now it's Aston Martin and AlphaTauri leading the top four at the minute. Sutty on those mediums, it's just not worked out for him, as the rest of them are on a much better soft tyre. Is Aston Martin now on their way to win this title with a 1-2 here at the Circuit of the Americas. The Pro Champ has got to help Matt out for that, as they start lap 44 here. Sutty Apex with a decent exit out the final corner has got a little bit closer to A. Smith, assisted by DRS, but he's not quite close enough. DJ Phil now starting to feel the pressure of PN Motorsport. But again, PN not quite close enough here as they go up to the top end of the circuit. And Green Pie still trying to recover his race. But here's Matimovic who leads. Monkey Boy now starting to feel the pressure. Much older, softer tyres on his car, while Gary 131 on much fresher softs is trying to hunt him down. Gary still not quite close enough onto the back of that AlphaTauri. He has got DRS though, so we'll bring him a little bit closer. This is your closest fight, as PN is now within DRS range of DJ Phil. He's down the inside, and he will get that job done before they come to the left-hander. As PN now move up into 7th place position. Gary 131 now right on to the back of Monkey Boy. Monkey Boy just going backwards here. His older, softer tyres is really starting to hurt him now. A. Smith with a little bit more gap to him. So A. Smith will look to try and bring that gap down. Gary with the DRS, is he going to try and send it down the inside? No, he thinks wait for a better opportunity to do so. As I feel the stewards are going to be reviewing quite a lot. Oh, as Gary clips that curb and goes absolutely flying there. Reminder that Matt does have a 5-second penalty. Green Pies has cleared his, obviously doing it under the pit stop, as Gary looks down the inside of Monkey Boy. They're side by side, so Gary can still technically win this race if he stays within 5 seconds of Matt. And Gary goes through past Monkey Boy. Gary also have the DRS. No, it's Monkey Boy who has the DRS, and he's coming back at Gary. He's going to the outside. Can Monkey Boy hang it out on the outside? He's going to try his best, and he gets it turned in. Gary with no answer. We'll have to stay behind the back of the AlphaTauri once again. And while these two are squabbling, A. Smith is coming back to help his teammate out. Gary taking a lot of track limits there and running very wide. We trust the game that the game isn't going to give him too many advantages. As A. Smith now onto the back of Gary. So Gary having a poor final sector there has really invited the other AlphaTauri back into this fight. All the momentum is swinging from different positions and different places. As A. Smith with the DRS, Gary with no DRS. That's how bad a final sector he had, but A. Smith unable to stick with Gary. And in fact, Gary probably extended his gap to him, catching the back of Monkey Boy. Monkey Boy putting on a fantastic fight here, but he's got 10 more laps to try and survive this Grand Prix. And Matt now with his penalty long gone up the distance. He's 2 seconds now ahead of Easlot with that penalty added on. So Matt just extending his gap. Gary needs to find a way past Monkey Boy if he has any hope of trying to catch Matt. Matt just needs to stay 5 seconds ahead of this group. Gary, DRS open. Monkey Boy, no DRS to defend. Gary's going to go down the inside. Much better advantage for him. And he's down the inside as well. And will get the job done. A. Smith is also right onto the back of his teammate. And Monkey Boy must be struggling with those softs now, as A. Smith is right on the back of his teammate. And Monkey Boy lets him through. And Sutty just seems to be struggling on his mediums now. He's got a long way as well on those. But A. Smith now, can he get past Gary? 131 here. Monkey Boy's tyres, I think, have done him the best he could possibly do right now. He's got a decent gap over Sutty Apex. I think for Monkey Boy now is just getting home, and Sutty Apex has been given a yellow a time penalty, and he's into the pits. Looks like he's going to put a set of fresh tyres on. And a front wing as well. That's going to give Green Pies a position, I believe. Depends how quickly Sutty gets back out on track. As Green Pies coming into the final corner. Sutty is on his way. He's on some old mediums once again. It's quite a long pit lane. Yep, and that's going to give Green Pies a place. And also Sutty's on some old mediums. He's going to send it down the inside and stays ahead of Green Pies, actually. I thought Green Pies had done it, but Sutty stays ahead of Green Pies. Sutty with a 3-second penalty to his name also. So he's going to try and hang in there for as long as he possibly can. Meanwhile, Gary is under pressure from A. Smith, and A. Smith is really starting to put pressure on. Gary can't make a mistake here. Gary runs wide and A. Smith hits him. They go round. He needs to avoid the wall. He does so. So A. Smith has gone round. Monkey Boy goes back up, and Gary stays ahead of A. Smith. A. Smith has a lot of recovering to do. Has that given Monkey Boy the podium position now? As they have got going, A. Smith's gone round again, and he's hit PN Motorsport. He's rolled round and he's hit PN. So A. Smith with a 5-second penalty for causing a collision with PN Motorsport, for basically rolling around the track. A. Smith really needs to get those tyres back into a window. DJ Phil's gone off now. Hit the back of A. Smith. He's run wide. Sutty and Green Pies are going to come into the middle of all this. And DJ Phil manages to negotiate all that, and he comes back into the pits. And A. Smith now, with those tyres, is burnt out a little bit from spinning. He's now got a disadvantage here to try and catch the group in front. He's 23 seconds behind his teammate. But it's still Matt who leads this race by quite a margin now, 11.3 seconds ahead. Monkey Boy still within range of Gary 131. He doesn't quite have the DRS. He's getting a little bit closer here and there. Green Pies has done one car of Sutty Apex. Can he stay in front of him? And A. Smith is his next target. So slowly creeping back up the field while everyone else makes mistakes. Excuse me. The Monkey Boy, can he catch on to the back of Gary 131? It's unlikely, because Monkey Boy's tyres are going to start to fade away, as they are right now. You can see he's just struggling for grip, but he's just going to have to keep going. As Matt starts lap 49 here. Guys, if you like what you see here, then please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new. And hit that bell to be notified for when we are live. Make sure you tune in on Tuesday night, as we do have the British Touring Cars back on track as they head to Silverstone Classic for our interpretation of Thruxton, where myself, Cobb, Fury and Jay all have to carry 100 litres worth of fuel for the first race. And in the second race, whoever comes in the top 4 of the result of the first race would then have to carry their 100 litres. What can they do at the fast circuit of Thruxton? And what is the weather going to do, as it looks like there is rain around? Can it affect us on a Tuesday night? Also, make sure you tune in on a Wednesday and Thursday night, as the GT3s will return back on track as they head to Imola for the third round of the championship. and Overtaker. Looks like he's got a strong lead of the championship at the minute in the Pro, and also Little Leech leading the Pro-Am championship as well. As Bryn didn't have the best of rounds, he still scored decent points, but Little Leech leads the way of Pro-Am. And make sure you tune in on Sunday night once again, as we will have the 14th round of the F1 Championship. We're coming to the final stages of this season. Matimovic will not be at Mexico due to him working in Switzerland doing commentary himself, so we wish him out the best of luck there. And he won't be able to race Mexico while he's away. Can this man, Green Pie, score as many points as he possibly can to stop Matt's reign here in the F1? So Matt will actually gain some points here this evening. And at this minute, Green Pies is trying everything he possibly can to catch A. Smith. And A. Smith is probably trying to look after his tyres a bit now. They're a bit worn out, a bit burnt out, as Piano Motorsport is into the pits. But Monkey Boy looks like he's on his way for his first podium here in the F1. And also it looks like these two Aston Martins are on their way to possibly win the team's championships here at COTA. The Green Pies has it all to do. He has to come back refreshed and ready for Mexico. But Sutty Apex currently doing alright in the McLaren. Scoring some decent points once again and finishing to the end. I believe the medium tyres towards the end has really hurt him. He should have really come into the pits and put some fresh softs on, or a fresh set of mediums to get him to the end. But nonetheless, Sutty Apex once again, considering when he joined the party with us earlier, he was like, F1 tonight? I forgot. So, Sutty Apex with no practice, no preparation, in 6th place. Good job from him. Piano Motorsport, once again, currently still on track and is going to score some more points also by just finishing a couple of rounds. He hasn't finished, but he's now starting to get in the habit of finishing these races. A little bit of bad luck with him and A. Smith earlier on. And DJ Phil once again making it to the end to try and score some decent points. He will score for Red Bull and not for Mercedes. But it is Matimovic who leads the way at this stage. And Monkey Boy looking good to take a podium here. A. Smith now is starting to get a little bit of pressure from Green Pies. A. Smith has only got a couple more laps in him. As Green Pies' mediums will keep going. So can Green Pies hang on till the end? As Monkey Boy's been given a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings, and that will be track limits. Thing is though, A. Smith has got a penalty, so he will be struggling to stay in front. And fastest lap so far has gone the way of Green Pies with 34.1 to his name. And penalties is 5 for Matt, 3 for Monkey Boy, and 5 for A. Smith, 6 for Sutty Apex. So he's racked them up. Those are your tyre usages at this minute. A. Smith now is under pressure from Green Pies. No matter what happens, A. Smith will at least score probably 5th place. The Sutty's still not close enough to these guys. Green Pies with the DRS. A. Smith goes to defend the inside. And Green Pies really doesn't know where to attack the AlphaTauri, as he goes down the inside of him and then looks to the outside of the AlphaTauri. A. Smith really going toe-to-toe here with these two. A. Smith choosing to try and get a better traction out the corner, and he's ran wide, and Green Pies is back up. We've got a yellow flag in sector 2 that looks like for DJ Phil, but he's got going again. And Green Pies now back up into 4th place position. And A. Smith dropping back down to 5th. But A. Smith looking to try and get a better run up the hill in the DRS zone, but unable to do so. So A. Smith will just have to stay behind Green Pies, and Green Pies will extend that gap. And Monkey Boy, even if he goes now past Gary 131, he won't be able to stay in front due to the penalties, unless Gary has a massive mistake. But Matt still leading this race by a decent gap of 15 seconds. He'll finish 10 seconds ahead of Gary if it finished like this. Monkey Boy, another great showing from him. This is going to be his first time scoring a podium here in the F1s, and it'd be nice to hear Monkey Boy in the chat. Green Pies recovering back to 4th place position with everyone else making mistakes. A Smith, good onslaught earlier on, but at this stage he's going to be finishing 5th. With Sutty Apex still struggling to catch on to the back of him. With PN and DJ Phil running off the grid. Only 18 cars. Only 8 cars are going to finish here. And if, guys, if you think that you want to be a part of the F1s and you think that you can do better than these guys here, then please sign up to the Facebook or our Discord page, and we can get you signed up for the F1 Championship. A couple of spaces available. Obviously 22 cars available. We had 13 here tonight. You could be on this grid and you could be scoring some good points for any team or support any driver that you would like to support. As Matimovic still leading this race. Sutty Apex has come into the pits, probably to put the soft tyre on, as his mediums are probably dead now. Has he decided he's going to try and go for fastest lap of this race? Low fuel, pretty good conditions, he's got clear track. He will score the point if he does so and take it away from Green Pies, who's on the medium tyre. That's the cloud cover, it's starting to come down a little bit. Sutty Apex exits the pits. Can he get the fastest lap on those soft tyres? That is the question. But at this stage, Aston Martin look like they're on their way to take the Teams and Constructors Champion here. As Matt is now coming onto the back of DJ Phil. As we still got a little bit of cloud cover here. Don't know if it's going to rain yet, as DJ Phil really struggling with the S's there. Which is really going to make Matt a little bit nervous. Are we going to have one little burst of rain towards the end? Matt with a wiggle. And DJ Phil lets Matt through. With Gary 131 will be the next person to try and clear DJ Phil. Through the S's, Gary 131 goes through. And this time he actually managed to negotiate turn 1 without crashing into anybody. So that's a great thing there from Gary 131. He can add that to his tally of achievements. He's managed to race Koto without getting in the way of someone else. Oh, Monkey Boy with a big wiggle on exit there. And at the minute, this is the looks like there's not going to be much fighting going on between here and the end. So Matt will score 25 points here. Gary will score 18, I believe. 15 for Monkey Boy, 12 for Green Pie, so he'll be struggling to try and score some points. But AlphaTauri will score well as with that 3rd and 5th place position to their name. And Sutty making it to the end once again to score points for McLaren. PM Motorsport, this time the leading Ferrari coming home. I think that's a little bit of rain that we got coming down. Is it? Not quite. It's just a little bit dark. A couple of specks here and there, but nothing ready to affect the drivers. As Matimovic is now on his penultimate lap as he's cleared DJ Phil. And there goes Gary 131. Not really much to commentate here, guys, as they've all pretty much set their positions. Green Pie's not really catching on to the back of Monkey Boy as Sutty Apex. It's gone purple final sector, so can he steal the fastest lap away? What was that lap time from him? It was a 34.6, so he just needs to nail the rest of the lap and he could take fastest lap. We'll stay on board with Sutty as he goes through the first sector. Can he nail this lap? He goes through sector 1. Is it purple? No, he's not purple in sector 1. He's really only got this lap and the next lap to do it. Excuse me. Sati Apex going into the hairpin. He's probably trying to steal fastest lap away from Green Pies here. That's an extra championship point for him and McLaren. He had nothing to lose, nothing to gain. So he's currently on his way to try and steal that point. He's coming to the end of sector 2. Is it purple? No. So he's probably on a recovery drive here to probably try and send it on the final lap. Charge up the batteries. So Sati Apex is coming into the final sector. Is it purple final sector? He goes very wide. It is purple final sector, but he does not go any faster. It's the rest of the circuit he is struggling. Sati Apex still trying to get that fastest lap of the race, but Matimovic is now coming through the slower sections of this track. He's into the final few corners. Matt looked all doom and gloom from the start, but he is coming home into the penultimate corner now, and he's going to take the race win here at COTA. He slows right down, and Matimovic wins here in America. It goes to Matimovic here in the Circuit of the Americas, Austin, Texas. And it's Gary131 who will exit the final corner. And it will be Aston Martin who will take the Constructors' Championship here tonight at Simplay Motorsport. Aston Martin win with Gary131 and Matimovic at the wheel. And Monkey Boy's first podium is coming towards the line. Monkey Boy scores a 3rd place to his name. Green Pies, a race to probably forget, as he now exits the final corner. He crosses the line and he comes home for 4th place. A Smith in the final sector now, as also DJ Phil has finished his race. A Smith a little bit wide. A Smith coming home for the 5th place position. He runs very wide and he'll take 5th place points. Very good stuff for the AlphaTauri team. Question is, has Sati Apex stolen fastest lap of this race? He's trying to push as hard as he can. He's coming into the final corner. This is it. This was his last chance towards the line. Does he do it? No, he doesn't. Green Pies will still keep the fastest lap of the race. And Green Pies says he was on... sorry, not Green Pies. DJ Phil was saying he was on the steering wheel tonight. So DJ Phil trying his best. Driver of the day. Monkey Boy takes driver of the day. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to have to give it to either one of the AlphaTauris. They did a fantastic job here this evening. But it is Matimovic who is your winner tonight. And while Matt is here, can you get the other boys in the chat? As Gary131 and Monkey Boy. As hopefully the tables will be up to date once I have a look. And Matt has just added the other 2 drivers into the chat. And it is again Matimovic who takes the win. And Gary131 also on the podium, which means that Aston Martin are your constructors and teams champions here tonight at Simplay Motorsport. There is your final running of the order. Matimovic is your race winner. Gary131 in 2nd. 3rd is Monkey Boy. Green Pies will come home in 4th. 5th is A Smith. 6th is Sati Apex. 7th is PN Motorsport. I only said that because Emplava's messaged me. 8th is DJ Phil. 9th is Fury. 10th is Craig. Those are your top runners for points. And then that Buzzy Boy, Big Boy Brazier and Goten Duffin did not score any points here tonight. And we've got Gary in the chat. Hopefully we can get Monkey into the chat. But with the points table as it is, Matimovic will leave Circuit of the Americas 230 points to his name. Green Pies will have 202. 28 points separate them, with Matt going away to Switzerland. Gary131 now mathematically out of the championship on 145 points. But nonetheless, he's done what he needed to do, which was help his teammates score points. And I don't know if Monkey Boy is going to join us, so we'll just quickly run through the top 2. And firstly, we'll start with Gary. Gary, congratulations on the second place, and also a massive congratulations on winning the the Constructors Championships here tonight.
Yeah, thank you very much. It was good race, just kept out of trouble really. So yeah, all good points for the team, and well done, Matt. Cheers for the season.
Yeah, it looked like for a while it looked like you didn't really have much pace to really attack the leaders. It was just more about keeping your nose clean and going along with the tyres. Was that kind of the plan for yourself?
Yeah, it's always the plan when I come on. You know, I don't do any practice and just jump in and away we go. So we just try to keep it on the track and keep all four wheels in the right direction.
Yeah, nonetheless, you had a great night's worth of racing, and really it was good, like very good wheel-to-wheel racing with most of the drivers. Next round we head, and also I forgot to mention, congratulations on not taking out half the pack in turn one. I'm very impressed about
that. Thank you very much.
We head to Mexico for the next round of the season. Your teammate won't be there to aid you. What's the plan going to Mexico?
Try bag a win would be nice. I like Mexico. I think I won the 100% race we did there not so long ago. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, the last time we did race at Mexico was the charity race for ectopic pregnancy. So good luck for you at Mexico, and once again congratulations on the Constructors.
Lovely, thank you, and good racing, Monkey, and well done, Matt.
As we then move on to the third place man, Monkey Boy, and I believe, Monkey Boy, this is your first podium on F1, so congratulations on that. And you really had to fight for this one this evening.
Yeah, that was hard work. But yeah, no, that is my first podium on F1, so yeah, I'm more than happy with that.
Yeah, very much so. Every time I did turn on to you, you were battling with someone. It was Fury for ages you were battling with. You had a great fight with Big Boy Brazier, and also you had a fight with Green Pie. So no matter where we looked on you, you were always in a squabble, and it was great racing to watch.
Yeah, no, it was enjoyable. Whoever I was fighting, it was good. Towards the end was very interesting with the three of us. But yeah, no, it was good. I enjoyed that.
It seemed you seemed to be the only driver who opted to stay out on the softs, and I'm assuming that they just died towards the end, and you just had no answer to the rest of the guys around you.
Yeah, 52 laps. They sort of came up with 40%, and it was like I was beginning to lose the rear, so it was just sort of monitoring it till the end. But yeah, there's no point. I'm not in the title fight, so just let them go.
Yeah. Nonetheless, you and A. Smith, great championship points as well for AlphaTauri. At one point, you two were running first and second, and you two have got to be happy with that, walking away with at least a third and a fifth.
Yeah, no, it's good for both of us really. Sort of boost us a little bit, so hopefully we can carry it on.
What can you do in a week's time at Mexico?
Wait and see.
Wait and see.
Well, no, I'm looking forward to it.
Nonetheless, mate, congratulations on the podium, and we'll see you in a week's time in Mexico.
Thank you.
And we move on to your race winner here tonight, and also your team constructors winner, Matimovic. You won the race, you've won the constructors. How does it feel?
Fantastic. And just to say, to whom it may concern, and my stream know what I'm doing, because that's disgraceful again. But I'm so fucking pleased we've got this constructors done and over the line. Apologies for my language here, but I am so irate at the minute.
Well, it did look like I don't know what exactly happened under the safety car. I'm pretty sure the stewards will probably be reviewing that.
He's been warned this season about passing under the safety car. He overtook me and Little Smith, A. Smith. And then we both had to return the place back and got a time penalty for it. He's been given a penalty for overtaking under the safety car. I was on the AI while I was having a drink, and he's doing it again tonight.
Well, like I said,
he is a joke.
We will look at that during the stewards. Anyway, Matt, obviously you tried maximising as many points as you possibly can before you go away next week, and obviously the only thing you can do is prep yourself for Brazil. I know for a fact that you love Brazil.
Yeah.
What's the game plan now? Obviously, Green Pies, the best he can do is probably score 26 points. You have that 28-point gap, but he also will probably miss races also. So is all the hard work pretty much done, or is it still more to do?
The hard work's still more to do. The hard work's still, it's never done. You never say done until it is done. I learned from last season we had Plava in the GT3s that you never say done until it is done. Wish the guys the best luck next week. Hopefully Gary can bring home the points for the team and bring home the points for the. Obviously we don't need them for the team, but the win for Aston Martin will be nice again to get another win this season. And I'm one behind him in the wins tally now overall, so he needs to get that extra win to pull it back up to 2, because this inter-team battle is going to go on all season in the GT3s. And you know, look, I couldn't have done it without Gary this season. You know, the GOAT last season in the GT3s, Gary the GOAT this season in F1. You know, I've got to leave him to do it on his own Thursday and Sunday next week. But what a season, what an epic battle. It's just a shame it has to come down to this.
What can you do at Brazil in 2 weeks' time?
Excuse me. Hopefully take the win, because as you say, I love Brazil. It's a track that is not on enough racing games. It's a track that is absolutely brilliant to drive, so fun, such a historic track. You know, the Senna S's and everything, Brazil, Interlagos, the fans always provide great atmosphere. It's just something that I love. Interlagos, that in Canada are the two real tracks for me. The atmosphere and everything is always electric, and I know it's only a game, but it makes the track better for me to drive. It's just a circuit that suits my drive style. It's a track that's difficult to overtake on. You've got to be good, you've got to be quick, but at the same time, you've got to be on the ball when you're in that middle sector and final sector. I love the track. I think it's fantastic. We hope to take a win, but we'll see what happens in 2 weeks' time. I'm gutted to miss next week. I was hoping to get through the full season, obviously. Real life goals, thanks to Gary and Dave Richardson for giving me the opportunity. But you know, we'll go again at Brazil.
Well, best of luck next week when you do head to Switzerland for your commentary. But also, you just got to focus on now Brazil in 2 weeks' time, but also, more importantly, you got to focus on the GT3 Championship. Also, possibly might be missing Imola, but you are trying to fit the PlayStation in. But nonetheless, we will see what happens. But that is it for the F1 here tonight. It is Aston Martin who are your constructors champions here tonight, with Gary 131 and Matimovic behind the wheel. We will see you in a week's time as we head to Mexico, as there won't be no Matimovic. Can Green Pies bring that championship down to 2 points as they head to Brazil? But next for us here at Simplay Motorsport, it will be the British Touring Cars. We'll be live with you on Tuesday night. Can myself, Cobb, Fury and WSRCJ carry the weight at Silverstone Classic, or can Gary and Monkey Boy or even Mazda in the BMW hunt us down while we have loads of fuel on board? And then also tune in on Wednesday and Thursday night as we have the GT3s back on track once again as we head to Imola. Is there going to be rain? Is there not going to be rain? That is the question. But from myself and everybody here, from the F1 boys as well, it's good night.